Hey guys, and welcome back to more World of Gun Disassembly. Today we're doing HK SL9SD, which is pretty much just an the HK version of a sniper rifle. Pretty much it's their assault rifle turned into a sniper rifle. So for a field trip, we want to move the magazine, move the locking pin, the Allen screw assembly there, move the entire buttstock, which comes off the trigger, move the back plate so that you can pull out the whole bolt head. Then you want to move the suppressor, obviously. Move the lower picanti rail. Locking pin 2, so let's pull up the handguard. And there you go. There's your full field strip. It looks really nice. The HK are very beautiful looking weapons, and they field strip just gorgeous. At least I think they look quite gorgeous when they strip. Locking pin, suppressor. Oops, sorry, that's the back plate. This is the bolt carrier head. Then we can put in the back plate assembly. The entire buttstock. Back on the Allen screw assembly, locking screw, a canty rail, and then magazine. Perfect. So that's our field strip. Let's hop into our disassembly. Eject the rounds, obviously. Okay, follow what we did, pull out the magazine assembly. Just gonna take off a couple body pieces first. The rail and the picanti. Then we'll continue with our field strip. So locking piece, Allen screw, buttstock, back plate, bolt carrier, suppressor, locking piece, and handguard. So let's take apart a couple of these pieces we've torn off. Let's remove the cheek piece spacer. Move the butt plate complete assembly. Oops, I meant to click there. Safety lever assembly. Locking lever assembly, which has the lock and lever catch on it. Move the slide assembly. Index plate. I'm not sure what the index plate does. Looks like it has a spring and a little cog. Actuator assembly. Hammer assembly. Okay, it automatically pulls off the hammer springs. Bolt catch. And the trigger assembly. Okay, pull off the sear from the trigger assembly. Is that completely disassembled? Looks like it. So we'll pull off the magazine well here. And the magazine release lever. Okay, move on to the bolt. Cocking handle assembly. I like that cock handle because it kind of swings in so it doesn't catch on anything. Firing pin, bolt, firing pin, the bolt head itself. We got the ejector there. Oops, that's the extractor axle. We had to pull up the extractor first. Okay. Oh no, we'd already pulled that out maybe. It'd already been moved, that's why. Okay, anyway. Buffer. Spring recoil assembly. Pulls off the spring. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't pull off the spring. So I think we're all good there. So let's hop to the front of the gun, pull off the gas block. Move the barrel assembly. Move the piston rod assembly. Piston rod spring assembly. Okay. We got front sight base, the front sight assembly, got the rear sight guard assembly, got the rear sight aperture, rear sight housing. Oh, it's pulling off that spring. I thought we were going to pull out that spring. They always have springs underneath these sights, so last time you had to pull them off and they're kind of a pain in the butt if you forget. And let's put us back together. Rear sight housing assembly, rear sight aperture, rear sight guard assembly, front sight assembly, front sight base, pistol rod spring assembly, pistol rod assembly, barrel assembly, gas block assembly, recoil spring assembly, buffer, extractor, ejector assembly, the tire bolt head. You can put the firing pin back in, firing pin assembly back in. Oh, I guess I clicked on that. Can't fix that. Magazine release lever. That's right there. Magazine well. Okay, now what order did all this go back in? Well, I know the sear goes on there, and the trigger goes back in. Bolt catch. Then hammer. Auxiliary assembly. Index plate assembly. Slide assembly. Not lock and lever. I don't think it's safeties. Oh yeah, because I didn't put the lock and lever catch, that little piece back on. But other than that, we had it right down. So, cheek spacer assembly. Butt plate complete assembly. Talking handle assembly there. Mounting rail assembly can go back together. Handguard can go back on. Suppressor. Picanti rail. Bolt carrier head. Back plate. Butt stock. Allen screw assembly. Locking pin 1, locking pin 2, and magazine. So not that bad of reassembly. Not a hard gun exactly as it says. It's pretty normal. So let's hop into our operation. So, firstly, you can put a bipod on it, which I was surprised it didn't assemble with one. It's the kind of gun you'd definitely want a bipod with. So anyway. It's single fire, semi-automatic. Pretty much every gun is semi-automatic these days. So it's suppressed, so it has nice thunk into it. Not a huge amount of rounds, but for its purpose it doesn't need a whole bunch of rounds, so that's 2, that's 3, yep. So we'll hit 2 if we want to see how the trigger mechanism works. We'll hit our slow 50, triggers pulled. Okay, because there's that piece I'm not exactly 100% sure on in there. But okay, so we'll watch trigger first. Pulls, pretty much releases hammer, then watch the selector. I think this is the... No? Maybe not. What does that piece do then? not even sure what that piece does. You can also pause the camera at any point if you want, but not a big deal. This gun doesn't seem like it moves in that fast of a speed anyway. You can kind of see how it works just as well by going to the 2 times. Oh, I see what it does now. Okay, if you watch it as it fires, it holds the clip down, and then pops up, so it stops it from firing when there's no bullets in the round. There's no rounds in the mag, rather. So, okay, now that makes more sense. Now that I see kind of how that works. So yeah. Kinda neat. So yeah. So bullets feed right in here. But that's common. But common of modern guns, but not common of older guns. Both kind of sat in front, but this one's pretty much in part of the barrel already, but that's how these guns work. And just eject out the rounds, and you're done. So let's reload. Let's put a sniper rifle on back. Maybe that's why they came up with these. Oh, that's just the sight that flips up. We've seen that before. But so just pop these things out the Picanti rail, pop a new Picanti on with a scope, and boom. Look through the scope, start picking off your targets. If you want a different stock on there, just has more connections. If you look, this one has less connections. It's pretty much how far you want to be from the gun. And it also makes it really suppresses the recoil. I wonder if it actually suppresses the recoil in practice. Not really, but it would. Okay. So then you can have a 10 magazine. Because that's what I was saying, is that the magazine was small. And you can even go to 30 mag. Oh, what's that? Oh, I guess that was the 10 meg and this is a 30 meg. I guess that makes sense. So, pretty interesting. Safety is right here as well. So, I guess I can hit here instead of hitting over there. Safety, safety, safety. And as always, unload is the last thing we do. So anyway guys, thanks for coming out for more World of Guns Assembly. And in the next episode we will do more guns. Thanks guys, later.